I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
I just want to let you guys know that you need to get with the winning team, and the winning team, of course, is on patreon.com/AdrianExpression. If you want to, let me tell you why. Because this ebook is nearing completion. I released a cute, really small teaser of what the cover is going to look like on patreon.com. So if you want to see it, you might want to sign up. But look out for Miss Ebook, because I will definitely be debuting her in December. Zaraxia, Wrath of the God King. Get your Afro-medieval magic, dragons, gayness, and war and battle wigs together, bitch, because this ebook is gonna snatch your edge. That's all I'm gonna say. You need to keep your eyes peeled in December. I think it's gonna be some pretty cool shit. Now, speaking of some other niggas that are doing some cool shit, we had Viola Davis and her husband Julius. They said we're beyond excited about our new relationship with Amazon Studios, where we share the same vision of creating a vast and rich array of narratives that are inclusive and reflective of our world. So I'm so happy. Okay, I want more and more black ass actors, black ass musicians, whatever it is that y'all do, black ass creatives, to get to a level to where they can empower even more creatives who oftentimes don't get the opportunity to present their stories or their art to the mainstream audience, girl. So I'm happy about that. Also, y'all need to go see Widows, because it is cute. Viola is in it and she is my queen. Speaking of another black queen, we have Taraji. She is going to be in a movie, What Men Want, in February. The trailers do look cute as hell. I will not lie about that. That shit looks funny as fuck. So those are some black queens that are doing some shit that I thought you guys would like to hear about. Miss Beyonce, speaking of another black queen, Miss Beyonce, she wrote a letter about Nelson Mandela, especially given the fact that she is going to be at that Global Citizens Fest this weekend in South Africa. So she was just talking about, girl, you know, you open up the doors and shit. I thought it was really cute. One of my favorite parts of it says, you made it possible for so many people like me to reject impossibilities and understand our capabilities in making lasting change in the world. So I thought that was great. Now, what I will also think is great is if Beyonce takes her ass up there and stomps on the stage like she knows that she needs to do. Make sure that you get on there, Beyonce. Do you hear what I'm saying, Beyonce? I don't know if people from Parkwood still watch me, but sis, Beyonce, get on there and stomp on that stage. Stomp on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Choke it out. Okay? And somebody else, another black queen. Wow, there's so many black queens in the beginning of this video. Normani, you put up this tweet. You said, girl, I'm going to be doing a fucking video for waves. Okay? And I want you to make some waves. I want looks to be snatched. I want my edges to be on the floor. I want my wig to be in the trash can. Okay? Thank you so much for your services, black queens, and for your intelligence, your intellect, and your power. Okay? I feel like I'm talking to Thanos every time a black queen does something. Y'all better change the universe. And speaking of changing the universe, my nerdy ass, of course, is paying attention to the fact that Mars Insight took her landing recently. Apparently it was 7 minutes to get through that damn atmosphere, girl. This is a nerdy section, girl. You're just gonna have to deal with it. It took 7 minutes to get through that fucking atmosphere. They landed, bitch. Now the solar panels are extended, sis, and they're like 7 feet long, I think. I don't know if it's 7 feet long each or if it's like total wingspan 7 feet long. I don't know, girl. But 7 feet, girl. And she's collecting Miss Sunlight. So, you know, they only do like 300-400 watts or some shit. Like, it's just only enough to operate a blender. Like, that's the energy they get from the sun because it's so far away from Mars, girl. Anyway, they're doing a bunch of research and shit. Let me tell you something. Y'all hoes need to just take y'all ass to Titan or wherever the fuck. What was that moon with spraying water vapor into the fucking atmosphere, into space, girl? Y'all need to go over there and check for life. What are y'all doing? But thank you so much, Miss Insight, girl. Humans are sending these fucking rock'em socket robots into space and shit thinking we doing something, but I'm happy about it, girl. Do your research and come back with some, girl, I don't know, girl. I need some hocus pocus magic. Can y'all get some Mars dust so I can work my gay voodoo on some of these hoes? Cause I think I need to, girl. All right, and speaking of working some magic spells, I need to work some magic spells on this damn administration who is tear gassing children and people who are running from dangerous ass situations. I need to work some magic on their asses. Now, this has been going on for the longest. America's just garbage, a period. But even in the Obama administration, they were using fucked up ass methods. So I just want America to get their shit together. What's crazy to me is that Americans can't even handle a slight ass inconvenience. Their coffee is 2 inches to the left and they ready to speak to a manager. So you talking about whole livelihoods being, threatened and shit. I just wonder what would really happen if the tables turn. Now, if America ever finds itself in a situation where we need the help of other countries, this shit is the clown is gonna come back to bite, and I'm so mad that I'm gonna have to be part of what it bites, sis. But what goes around comes the fuck around. That's all I'm gonna say about if America thinks that it can continue shitting on people like this with no repercussions, think the fuck again. Now, speaking of people who also have been fucking mistreated, we had a transgender woman by the name of, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, Rosana Hernandez Rodriguez, and she was 33. She was killed in our immigration custody, and apparently she was physically abused and beaten before her death from dehydration, along with complications from HIV. Now, what is crazy about this shit, let me make sure I read this. Lindley Aegis, I don't know how to pronounce it. She is the director of litigation at the Transgender Law Center there, and she says her death was entirely preventable. In the final days of her life, she was transferred from California to Washington to New Mexico, shackled for days on end. If she was lucky, she was given a bottle of water. Her cause of death was dehydration and complications related to HIV. So when we're talking about protect trans lives, when we're talking about the problems, the deep problems when it comes to transphobia and shit, this is what we're talking about. When we're talking about people who are ignorant about HIV, this is what we're talking about. People need their fucking medication, and when you don't even view them as human, you're not even gonna give them, like this person said, water, much less their fucking medication. You can live a very full, very healthy, no problem ass life on your HIV medication, but when people don't view you as I said, when they look at you as subhuman, they're not gonna give you the resources that you fucking need to survive. So this is why we're tackling these issues, this shitty rhetoric. This is why, okay? People are dying. While people make jokes and make memes on Twitter, people are losing their fucking lives. So if we remain silent, none of this shit can change at all. I'm sure you guys remember this man. I'm not going to discuss the fact that his face is constructed like somebody's evaporating camel. I'm not going to discuss the fact that his face is giving me very much so Komodo dragon type of tease in the motherfucking face. I'm really not going to talk about the fact that his face is serving me a disintegrating pineapple, okay? It doesn't make any sense to me, but he went on there. He was a person who murdered Heather Heyer. She was counter-protesting against these fucking Nazis. Y'all remember that big ass scene of somebody driving over somebody with a fucking car? That was that girl, and this was the guy who did it. The jury selection already started. It started on Monday for this case, and he's going to claim self-defense. So we'll see how that fucking turns out. I don't know how you're going to claim self-defense when you're sitting behind the goddamn wheel with your racist Nazi ass. I don't see how your life was threatened, but I do see how mine is threatened. My eyes are threatened every time I have to see your goddamn mugshot all across social media looking like a dingy ass toothbrush that somebody used to clean up the fucking tile. Like they on punishment, okay? They use that to clean the grout out the top, okay, baby? So I want you to just stay away from me with this bullshit. And since we are already talking about racist bullshit, Cindy Hyde-Smith, y'all remember that shoebox bill bitch I had been talking about before? Girl, Cindy Hyde-Smith has found herself getting elected and holding onto her Mississippi seat. Let me tell you, this is not surprising. I made a video about this shit. Everybody, all these progressives so surprised that Cindy Hyde-Smith got reelected. Oh my God, she was so racist. She talks about standing front row at a lynching. How could she get elected, girl? That's exactly what her fucking people want to hear. That's exactly what her people want to hear. What are you talking about? Where have you been? Once she said that shit, I knew. I was like, girl, she gonna energize the base. Energize the base. And that's exactly what the fuck happened, okay? They want to hear how you're gonna shit on minorities. The fuck? They want to hear that shit, and that's majority, especially in the South, girl. Like, I wasn't surprised. I was annoyed, but not surprised. Now, she could take her, girl, she built like the Nazi Cruella de Vil. Cindy Hyde-Smith is built like the Nazi Cruella de Vil, girl. You can take your Nancy Cruella DeVille on out of there, bitch. You need to, I don't understand how somebody's jaw could be constructed like a dagger like this, like Littlefinger's goddamn dagger, like the Valyrian steel damn dagger, but that's what you're constructed like, baby. And I don't want to hear nothing else from your mouth, especially those dentures are gonna keep falling out of it, okay? Quick update on Miss Manafort and all this shit going on. So as we know that Manafort signed this plea deals, and in the contents of that plea deal, it was agreed upon that Manafort would cooperate completely and totally forthrightly with the United States government on, you know, whatever the fuck they asking about. I mean, they were doing all type of research. They asked the judge to hold off on the sentencing, girl, because we might have some more information, whatever. So what Mueller did, I guess he just got the information he needed and say, hey, you know what, sis, fuck this plea deal because your ass lied. Mueller obviously thinks he can prove that Manafort lied to him while, you know, lied to the FBI, lied to the federal government while they're trying to do their conversation. So I think what happened is just Mueller got the information he needed and said, girl, I'm just gonna lock your ass up. According to the plea deal, you weren't supposed to lie to us. You fucking did. So fuck the plea deal. He wrote to the judge and said, hey girl, you can begin that sentences right the fuck now, girl. Begin the sentencing now and we're done. So I think Mueller might be moving like a gangster in these streets. So we gonna see what he has planned for the rest of these girls. We're gonna see what he has planned for the rest of these girls. I want them out of office, okay? And it needs to happen before I end up out of my mind having to deal with and read about this shit. So tell the cheating Cheeto to hold on to his stringy toupee, because that's the only thing that he'll have a grip on when Mueller is done with his ass, okay? And on that note, I want everybody to have a good goddamn evening.